Hello children. So now we will be studying imperfections in solids in the same chapter solid state. So this is the next topic in which you get maximum questions in this chapter now. So what are imperfections in solids? The departure from perfectly ordered arrangement of a crystal is called imperfection or defect in solid. So what is this defect? Let us understand this. At 0 Kelvin, any crystal, if you see it at 0 Kelvin, it is perfectly ordered. All its constituent particles or ions are arranged in a perfect ordered way, where all the atoms and ions are arranged at particular points where they should be. But if due to some reason, that is due to high temperature or maybe some other reason, if there is departure from this perfectly ordered arrangement, that is the order changes, then we say that the solid is defected or is imperfect. So now we are going to understand the certain imperfections or defects in solids. The main imperfections in solids are: number one is electronic imperfections, and number two is atomic imperfections. Let us first understand electronic imperfections. As you can understand by the name electronic, so these imperfections are due to the presence of free electrons and holes in solids. Now, what is these free electrons and holes formed in solids? Why are they formed? If we increase temperature of the crystal, it may happen that the electrons may get excited and they may leave their site or their position and move away somewhere else in the crystal, hence creating a hole in the crystal. So the place which is empty due to the migration of the electron from that place, that empty place is called hole in a solid, and that electron which is free now in the crystal will lead to electronic imperfection. So electronic imperfections is due to the presence of free electrons and holes in solids. Second type of imperfections in solids is atomic imperfections. Now what are these atomic imperfections? These are the defects due to irregular arrangement of constituent particles in the crystal. So if the arrangement of the constituent particles, atoms or ions, is changed or some irregularity occurs in the crystal in the arrangement of their constituent particles, the defect caused is called atomic imperfection. Now we are going to study in detail atomic imperfections. Atomic imperfections further is of two types: point defects and lattice defects. What we will study in detail now is point defects. Now what are these point defects? These are the atomic imperfections which occurs due to the missing of atoms in a crystal, or displacement of the atoms, or presence of some extra atoms in the crystal. If the atom is missing from the crystal, or it is displaced, or some extra atom comes in the crystal, then these kind of defects are called point defects. Further, the point defects could be of two types: stoichiometric defects and non-stoichiometric defects. Let us understand in detail stoichiometric defects and understand the examples of stoichiometric defects. Now, what are these stoichiometric defects? In these defects, the atoms may be missing from their place, the displacement of atoms may take place, or some extra atoms may be present, and the ratio of the positive and negative ions is not disturbed. So when any defect arises but the ratio of the positive and negative ions is not disturbed, it remains same, such kind of point defects are called stoichiometric defects. The two very good examples of stoichiometric defects are Schottky defect and Frenkel defect. So this is very important part, and you have to understand the difference between Schottky and Frenkel defect. Let us understand first Schottky defect. If we just see that the arrangement of the constituent particles, let us suppose the ions in a crystal, is as follows. Generally, Schottky and Frenkel defect takes place in ionic solids. So suppose this is how it is shown, the arrangement of the cations and anions in a crystal. There is one cation, one anion, cation A plus, anion B minus, then anion B minus, then B minus, A plus B minus, A plus B minus. So this way alternate positive and negative ions are placed in the crystal. But if due to some irregularity equal number of cation and anion are missing from the crystal, from here one cation is missing and from here one anion is missing. So if equal number of cations and anions are missing from the crystal, such kind of defect is called Schottky defect. Since equal number of cation and anion is missing, so the total ratio of the ions in the crystal remains same. So ratio does not changes. That is why it is stoichiometric defect. This occurs, Schottky and Frenkel, both the defects normally occurs in ionic compounds only. Schottky defect further occurs generally in those crystals which have high coordination number. So the crystals having high coordination number generally shows Schottky defect. Also, it occurs in the crystals where the size of ions, both the cation and anion, are not much different. They are almost same. The difference is not much in the sizes of cation and anion. Example of such crystals are alkali metal halides. Alkali metals are first group metals. So their halides like NaCl, KCl, LiCl, these type of halides, they generally show Schottky defect. A very important point to be noted is that in Schottky defect, the total density of the crystal decreases. It becomes less. Now, why does the density of the crystal decreases? It is because the ions, equal number of cation and anion are missing from the crystal. And what is density? Density is mass upon volume. So in the total volume of the crystal, the mass is less now because the equal cations and anions are missing, which leads to lower density in Schottky defect. Now we come to Frenkel defect. This is another stoichiometric defect, and how it is different from the Schottky defect, let us understand. This is how the arrangement of the crystal is shown. The cations and anions are alternately placed, A plus B minus, A plus B minus. This is the arrangement, alternate arrangement of cations and anions. Now how does this Frenkel defect arises? It arises if any cation leaves its space, creating a hole, and occupies some other interstitial sites. This is an example. Just see here that the cation A plus, which should be inside this hole, has left its place and has adjusted itself somewhere in between in the interstitial sites of all these ions. Thus a hole is created in the crystal. However, the total number of ions is still same because the cation has not gone out of the crystal. It is still there, just has left its own place and occupied some interstitial site. So here the major difference between Schottky and Frenkel defect is that in Schottky defect the density becomes less because cation and anion are missing from the crystal, while in Frenkel defect the cation is not missing from the crystal, it has just left its place, creating a hole. So the density remains same in this crystal, right? Also, important point in here is that in Frenkel defect, this defect arises in those crystals which have low coordination number. The coordination number is low, and also the negative ions are bit larger than the cations. That means Frenkel defect does not occur in metal halides, in alkali metal halides specifically. Why? Because alkali metals are larger in size, while these defect arises in the halides where cations are smaller in size. So generally, these occur in silver halides. Frenkel defect arises in silver halides like AgCl, AgBr or zinc sulfide crystals, where the size of the cation is less. So these two defects, their differences are to be learned. After this stoichiometric defect now, let us understand the non-stoichiometric defects. Now let us understand the non-stoichiometric defects. Now, second type of point defects are non-stoichiometric defects. And what are these defects? Non-stoichiometric means the defect arises in such a way that the ratio of the cation and anion changes. The ratio does not remain same, it changes. Examples of non-stoichiometric defects are: number 1, metal excess defect due to anion vacancies. The first defect is metal excess defect due to anion vacancies. So what happens in the crystal when it is having this type of defect? What happens is that any anion gets displaced from its crystal, it misses from its crystal, creating a hole. In that hole, some nearby free electron comes and occupies that hole. So this is the place from where an anion is missing, anion has left its place, it created a hole, and now this hole has been filled up by some electron in the crystal. So these electrons which occupy the hole created by the anions is referred to as F center. F is a German word, F center, and it has been made from the German word Farb, which means color. So very specific thing about this kind of defect is that an electron occupies the hole which is created by the missing anion, and because of the presence of this electron, the crystal shows color. That is why the name Farb, that is F center. Now why does it shows color? Why does the crystal start showing color when this kind of defect arises? It is because of this electron. The electrons, when absorb higher energy, they get excited and they may show transition. Color in a crystal occurs mainly due to transition of electrons. This color development due to transition of electrons we are going to study in detail in the upcoming chapters in section B of your book, right? So let us come again to this defect. So the F centers are created in this kind of defect. It occurs in alkali metal halides majorly like LiCl, KCl, etc. Right? So the common questions have come up in this part. It is like, if you heat LiCl, why does it start showing color? So the reason is this: LiCl, when it is heated up, the anion misses from its crystal and a hole is created. That hole is occupied by the electron which is called F center, and because of the presence of these F centers, the crystal starts showing color. So these are some ISC questions which have come up on this particular defect. The second kind of defect is metal excess defect due to interstitial cations. Metal excess defect due to interstitial cations. Now what is this defect? Let us see this crystal again. Here again the cations and anions are alternately arranged, A plus B minus, A plus B minus, in this way, right? What happens here is, it is a metal excess defect due to interstitial cations. So some cation, extra cation is present in some interstitial site. This is an extra cation which is present in an interstitial site. That is, in between these cations and anions already present in the crystal, some extra cation is present. and to maintain electrical neutrality of the crystal. To make it electrically neutral, since one positive charge, extra positive charge has increased in the crystal, to balance it, some free electron also occupies the nearby interstitial site. Now, since positive charge is increased and the presence of electron is there, which is increasing the negative charge also, the total charges, they cancel up each other, and in total the crystal still remains neutral. So this presence of extra cation and the presence of a free electron in interstitial site, this leads to a defect which is called metal excess defect due to interstitial cation. Now, since this crystal defect is also having a particular electron in interstitial site, because of this presence of free electron in the interstitial site, this kind of crystals showing this defect also starts showing color. Let us see example of zinc oxide. Zinc oxide, it shows color when it is heated. It shows yellow color. Why does it shows yellow color? Let us see. Zinc oxide, when it is heated up, it forms zinc ions, release the electrons and also release oxygen, right? These zinc ions are the extra cations which occupy the crystal of zinc oxide. And to balance the charge, these electrons also occupy some interstitial site. They get trapped in some interstitial site. Because of the presence of these free electrons in the crystal of zinc oxide, it starts showing yellow color. The third defect is metal deficiency defect due to cation vacancies. The metal deficiency defect due to cation vacancies. Now what happens is this defect is a cation is missing from its lattice point. One cation is missing, and to balance the charge, some other cation of higher valency or higher oxidation number occupies some interstitial site or occupies some other position in the crystal. So see from here, one cation A plus is missing. Now there is a loss of +1 charge. So to maintain electrical neutrality, in some other place, other cation of charge A plus 2 is occupying the site. So when some other cation is present in the crystal with higher oxidation state, to maintain electrical neutrality which is created due to the presence of a hole, because a cation is missing from the crystal, this kind of defect is metal deficiency defect due to cation vacancies. So a cation is missing and the charge is balanced by some other metal ion, by a nearby metal ion, the same metal ion with higher positive charge. Like A plus is missing from here, and a A plus 2 charge ion has occupied another place in the crystal. So this kind of defect arises in the crystals having variable oxidation states, where the metals generally have variable oxidation state, like iron. So it occurs in the crystals of iron oxide, iron sulfide, right? So this is about imperfections in solids. And now in the next session we'll be understanding the last part of the chapter. Till then, goodbye.